What is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to Bruce and Stephanie Comics. My name is Bruce. Today is Wednesday, April 13th of 2022. It is New Comic Book Day, the best day of the work week. And guys, you guys are out picking up your brand new comics. But guys, I'm already looking ahead to next week so that way I can make today's video, which is another comic book speculation recommendations. The video where I look off into the future at final order cutoff and New Comic Book Day of next week. Now, why do I do this? I do this so that way you guys have enough time to put in your pre-orders for your final order cutoff books, but also have enough time to reach out to your local LCS and tell them, hey, I was watching Bruce and Stephanie Comics comic book speculation recommendations video. I like what he had to say, and I did my own research, and I would like to pick up a couple extra copies of these books because I would like to start and make this hobby fun itself. And since we're talking about speculation, I need to give you guys my 2 weekly reminders, even though this is 4 fingers, my 2 weekly reminders. And the first one will always be, guys, you have to do your own research. This is the biggest and most important reminder that I give you guys each and every single week. And that is because I am human. I want to make some educated guesses on what I think is going to be good spec for the future. But guys, what you guys need to do is go check out the comic book YouTubers you trust, go check out the comic book websites that you trust, and go check out the comic book apps that you trust. This way you can gather the most information possible, so that way you guys can make the best decisions possible for yourself. Because remember, you guys are spending your own hard-earned money on these books. Not my money, your money. And my second and final reminder that I have for you guys is that sometimes a comic book will be delayed for one reason or another, so that means it will show up multiple times on final order cutoff, or sometimes multiple times on New Comic Book Day, and that is because its release date got moved for one reason or another. Alright guys, those are my 2 reminders that I have for you guys. Let's go ahead and talk about my channel memberships. In case you guys are new to the channel, we do have channel memberships. You guys can join right now. There's a button. If you look down, it says join. If you guys click that button, for just $4.99 a month, you guys can become a channel member of Bruce and Stephanie Comics. You guys will be helping Stephanie and I make this channel bigger and better. And as long as you guys join before the end of April, you guys will get an entry into our April mystery box giveaway. And it will be filled with at least $50 worth of comic book related items. And there's some other really cool perks that come along with becoming a channel member. But right now, that is our biggest and best perk. But there'll be more in the future once more and more people join this channel membership. All right, guys, that is it for my channel memberships. Let's jump in to my final order cutoff spec for this upcoming week. All right, guys, we're going to go over every single book that has speculation coming up on this weekend's final order cutoff, which is April 17th for your DC and Scout books and April 18th for your Marvel and all the other indie publications. Alright guys, you guys know exactly how we kick off these lists, and the first thing we're going to do is go over our cover lover picks for this upcoming week. These are books that I think might do well on the secondary market based on the cover art alone, and the first book up is Unnatural Blue Blood, number 1 of 10, the 1 in 10 ratio variant cover. I don't know what it is about this cover. It is a sexy pick, but it's just really, really good looking, and I really think this cover might do well on the secondary market, but it is a long shot, people, a long shot, but man, this cover is really cool. And the last book on my cover lover list is Recount Preamble number 1, the B cover, which is the 1 in 10 ratio variant cover. Now this is a really cool negative space variant. It is for a book that has been optioned already. Now this is a one shot, it's a preamble, so I'm guessing it's going to be stories before the events of Recount number 1. And with that being optioned, I think this book might be a pretty good book to pick up, especially with a really cool cover just like this one. Alright guys, those are all my cover lover picks for this upcoming week. Guys, let me know down in the comments, do you agree with me on any of those picks, or do you disagree with me on those picks, guys? I would love to hear you guys' opinions down in the comments below. Alright guys, it is time to dive into all the books that had speculation coming up on this final order cutoff. There's only 4 books this week. When I made this list on Tuesday and I started downloading all the images today on Wednesday, some of the books that were supposed to be on this list, their final order cutoff dates changed. They moved to our later final order cutoff date. So this is just kind of like a good example to let you guys know, final order cutoff dates move all the time, guys, all the time. But there are 4 books that we do need to talk about, so let's find out what those books are. And the first one up is Blood Syndicate Season 1, number 1. This is the reintroduction of the Blood Syndicate from the Milestone imprint. Next up, Danger Street, number 1. This book was on last week's final order cutoff, and it's back again. This is a 12-issue crime drama named after characters introduced in the first issue special number 6 and featuring characters spotlighted throughout the 1975 first issue special series. This run is also going to feature Starman, Metamorpho, and Warlord, who summon Darkseid to challenge the New God in battle in an effort to pledge for membership to the Justice League. Next up, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 129. Man, issue number 127 had spec, number 128, and now number 129. This is the first appearance of Sluggathy. Sluggathy, who is Sluggathy? I want to know. It is just so cool to see some spec coming out of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We get a new turtle, and now we get a new character called Sluggathy. I love it. And the last book on this final order cutoff list is Transformers Last Bot Standing number 1. This is a 4-issue miniseries featuring the extinction of the Transformers. And this is also the very last Transformers series to be published by IDW, which is both sad but also pretty exciting because I've heard rumblings that Skybound is going to be picking this up and Robert Kirkman might be running Transformers in the future, which is really exciting because Transformers was such a huge part of my childhood. But guys, those are all the books on final order cutoff. Stick around and find out what my final order cutoff spec pick of the week is. Alright guys, after going over that very short list one more time, because remember, there's only 4 books on this list. There is one book that I think you guys might want to consider speculating on, but guys, do your own research. Do not buy this book on my word alone. Go check out the comic book YouTubers and see if anyone else is talking about this book. But I think the one book you guys might want to consider speculating on is Transformers Last Bot Standing number 1. The concept of this is just so cool. I loved the concept of Last Ronin for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I just think they could not stick that landing. That ending was so bad. But guys, if they can stick the landing on this would be so cool. Transformers was such a big part of my childhood, and I think this would be so cool. I'm not currently reading Transformers, but this is getting me interested in going and checking out this series. And if this is really good, maybe I'll check out the previous series, or when this goes to Image, I will go and check out that. But guys, this is a Last Ronin story told in the world of Transformers. This is just such a cool idea, and this is also the last series printed at IDW, which could be a small thing to spec on, but not really. And I don't think anyone's going to be specking on that. I just think people might be specking on the fact that this is a Last Ronin type story, and this could be really cool. And it could bring in readers who have never read Transformers before. Alright guys, it is that point in the video that we're about to dive into my new comic book day spec picks. But guys, before we do that, if you guys do not have the Key Collector app, now is the time to go download the Key Collector app and pay for the subscription. So that way you guys have access to the section called the Future Keys list. Because this list makes it so easy for me to make my new comic book day spec list, because they pull out all the books that have speculation coming out on this new comic book day. And they also make lists for way off into the future, which makes it so easy. Now, this is not the be-all, end-all, but this makes this video so much easier. All right, guys, let's not waste any more time and jump into my new comic book day spec picks for April 20th of 2022. All right, guys, just like my final order cutoff list, we're gonna go over my 2 cover lever picks for this upcoming new comic book day. And the first one up is Catwoman number 42, the cover B Jenny Frison cover. This cover is outstanding. I love this. The second I saw it on the solicitations for this upcoming month, it is just gorgeous. I love this cover. Jenny Frison is one of my favorite cover artists, and this is just a stunning Selena Kyle cover. And the next book up on my cover lever section is the Vampire Slayer number 1, the cover D 1 in 25 cover. This cover is just really gorgeous in my opinion. I really like the artwork on this book. Now again, I think this might be a little bit of a long shot, but I can see this doing really well in the future. And there was a Buffy the Vampire Slayer cover on this CBSI top 10 list, I think last week or the week before. So don't look past the Vampire Slayer number 1, the 1 in 25, because I think this cover might do well on the secondary market. Alright guys, let's dive into the 2 books on my new comic book day spec list. And the first book up is going to be Gwenverse number 2, the 1 in 100 ratio variant cover. Yes, this is a cover level pick that is making my main spec list because this cover is just out of the world amazing. It's gorgeous and people are going to pay money for this cover. This features Gwen Stacy as Wolverine and it is amazing. The cover art is done by Peach Momoko, and I know this cover is going to do well on the secondary market. Yes, the buy-in is a little steep at $100, but I really think people are going to go crazy for this cover because I want this cover really bad because this cover art is so stinking cool. And the second and last book on this new comic book day spec list is Hulk number 6. This is the first full appearance of the Titan Hulk persona. Now, Johnny Cates basically said that this is the null for Hulk. That's right, the null for Hulk. Do you guys remember how big the null character was? Is the Titan persona going to be as big as null? We don't know, but it is really cool. This is Donny Cates. People love Donny Cates, and I think this character could do big things just like Null. So if you guys have slept on Hulk number 6, you guys really need to get on it and contact your local LCS and see if they have any extra copies that they can give you, because I think this character will do well on the secondary market. Maybe not right out of the gate, but just think, if this character does start to blow up and you guys have your extra copies, you guys will be able to make a premium on this book. And the 1 in 100 Alex Believe cover is absolutely amazing. 2 1 in 100s on this list that are just absolutely gorgeous. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this comic book speculation recommendations video. I really appreciate you guys sticking around all the way to the end. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel yet, get yourself subscribed, hit that bell for notifications, and smash that like button. Alright guys, I will be back next week with my must-have pickups. My kids have off on Friday, so there's no way I'm going to be able to edit a video on that day. But guys, thank you guys so much for supporting this channel. This channel continues to grow, and it's all because of you guys. So I'll see you guys next week. You guys have a great and fantastic weekend. And the next 10 seconds is all for my channel members. Thank you guys so stinking much. Alright guys, have a great weekend. Peace.